Three men have been handed life sentences for the brutal execution of Jamal Nedd. Jamal was taking his mother to work on December the 19th, 2020, when he was shot in the revenge attack outside his home in Huddersfield. And today at Leeds Crown Court, Sheraz Hussain, who's 37, Hamad Hussain, who's 32, Tabish Ali were all found guilty of murder and they were handed life sentences. Mohammed Khan was jailed for 5 years after he was found guilty of doing an act intending to pervert the course of public justice and arson. Khan became involved following Jamal's murder when he was asked to dispose of a Vauxhall insignia used in the convoy of vehicles alongside a Nissan Juke before the murder. Leeds Crown Court heard that Jamal's murder followed an ongoing turf war between drug-dealing gangs who used guns and other weapons to disarm their opponents. Recorder of Leeds, Judge Guy Curl QC, said he was sure the Hussain brothers and Ali's gang were involved in a battle of supremacy. He said, "I am satisfied that on the evidence before me that in the 2 years leading up to 19th of December 2020, there was an ongoing turf war between gangs dealing drugs. It took the form of using firearms to shoot at or attempts to set fire to properties associated with other members of the gang. It also took the form of shooting members of the other gang and using weapons. I'm certain your gang was one of those involved in the battle of supremacy. This was part of an ongoing feud and revenge attacks took place, and this was a revenge attack for those which had taken place against your gang." The court heard Hamad Hussain had previously been injured during the gang war. Judge Curl said the gang got to know Jamal's routine, which included taking his mum to work, which he was doing when he was shot at around 9 o'clock at night. He was known to be associated with the Fartown boys. The judge said you knew his address and his routine, which was to take his mother to work at the time he was shot. You used the stolen car on a visit to his address the night before he was shot and 2 stolen cars the night of the shooting in order to seek and avoid detection. The night he was shot and killed, you set up a false alibi. You went to the home address of him, his mother and sister, and there you lay in wait for him. It is not clear to me who drove the Nissan Juke as it approached the car with Jamal Nedd and his mother. Mobile phone analysis and CCTV footage was integral to the investigation in charging the defendants. During the trial, jurors were shown CCTV of the moment Jamal was shot and killed. AMPR inquiries were also carried out to determine the vehicles near to the scene at the time of the murder. The court heard technology was also used to track Khan as he set fire to the insignia. The judge told the court Khan burned himself while setting fire to the vehicle, but said he did not sentence him on the basis he knew a murder had been committed. However, he did know the car was being disposed of to stop its falling into the hands of the police. The judge said it did and connected Ali to the insignia. Khan's phone was also examined and showed he had been repeatedly called by Hamad Hussain on December the 20th and 21st, who was brought into the plan to kill which unfolded and led him to his brother Sheraz Hussain. Judge Curl said the effect on Jamal's family has been incalculable. He said his mother had to witness her son's execution. She was sat by his side, and this is any parent's worst nightmare. She has had to leave her home and relive this incident every time she left her front door. The court heard Mr. Nedd's mum has suffered night terrors flashbacks and has isolated herself from the outside world. In a statement, she said, "This is a wound open to bleed for all of my life." The judge said to her he was a devoted son, to his partner he was loving, and to his 12-year-old sister who witnessed the aftermath of the shooting, everything is always sad and lonely. She too lives in fear and cannot see beyond the sadness and crying. Hamad and Sheraz Hussain had a previous conviction for the kidnap of a teenage boy, which the judge showed they were men of violence. Sheraz also a previous conviction for possession of a bladed article from 2009, actual bodily harm from 2018, and a drugs conviction from 2019. Sheraz Hussain and Tabish Ali was sentenced to life in prison. Sheraz is going to be serving 30 years before he can be eligible for parole, and Ali will serve 31 years. Hamad Hussain was sentenced to life with a minimum term of 34 years and committing a series of acts with intent to pervert the course of justice. Mohammed Khan was jailed for 5 years, less the time he has spent on remand, making it 4 years and 227 days. He will serve half of his sentence before being released on license. So guys, I just want to say rest in peace Jamal Nedd, and my condolences go out to your family. It's your boy GT. Keep it locked, keep it real.